Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nuts and Butts.
We are back. Well, some of us are back. It's me, Kathryn.
And me, Will.
Our boy, Lil Reg, is still in Hawaii. We were discussing earlier how he must be on island time by now.
Yeah, we were discussing that. That was before we had a couple technical difficulties. We started recording.
Did a little.
Or we thought we had started recording. I realized I hadn't pressed the record button.
Classic.
I get pissed at myself when I make mistakes, you know? And
Don't be pissed at yourself.
it's not what you do.
Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, as they say.
Correct, Amundo. Early in Squidbillies had that on one of his hats one time. And
Oh, good. I think it was also something on The Good Place. And it's also just a great thing to say.
exactly, because it's humanizing.
Yeah.
People are very imperfect, you know? We all have flaws.
Hannah Montana has a song about it. Called Nobody's Perfect.
I think I'm not very familiar with her catalog.
I'm very familiar. Maybe not as much with the very latest, like the late Hannah Montana. Because I definitely still haven't seen the Hannah Montana movie.
Is she dead?
Next time. What?
Is she dead?
Well, I don't think she died. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie.
So you called her the late Hannah Montana?
I meant like the late catalog. Late part of her catalog. Like, because at first I said latest. Oh God, I'm sorry.
I was just joking. Just joking around.
Oh, jeez.
Playing sound effects is one of my specialties.
You're good at it.
I like to practice it. Because I'm more of a practicer than...
A preacher?
Yeah.
That's probably good. That's what they say you should do. Or at least if you preach, you should practice it as well.
I see.
But you said you wanted to talk about comedy and tragic comedy?
Yeah, do you know what tragic comedy...
I wasn't sure what tragic comedy was.
I learned about it from Cornell West. And I guess he learned about it through a bunch of different places. So he's, talking about being a blues man and a jazz man in the life of the mind. I guess all I know I've seen from YouTube and stuff about him. But just like comedic stuff that also has tragic elements. It's tragic comedy.
Comedic stuff with tragic moments.
But really, it's kind of the combination of the two different possible, reactions to endings. Like up endings versus down endings. What?
That Shakespeare would be flipping his bean.
He would, indeed.
I like to say that instead of flipping your wig.
Flipping your wig? I like sayings a lot.
Sayings are great.
You know, I consider myself a collector of.
I have a problem with like really common phrase sayings and like idioms or whatever, where I get two similar ones, I'll get them mixed up.
Oh.
Really struggle with I'm on a roll or on the ball. I'm always like, I'm on a ball.
Oh. Yeah, those are different. Two different sayings.
Two different sayings.
It's nice to just have a conversation with, one of your best buds.
It is great. Speaking of best buds, where's O-Dog tonight?
O-Dog, he said he was seeing a movie called Perfect Days. And I asked him if he had any message to relay to the fans. He said to party on and be excellent to each other. That's what he said.
Little, Bill and Ted action.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, personally.
Do what?
That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah, I remember it, kind of changed my life when I saw it on TV. I was like, what is this? It's amazing.
Exactly. Hey, I got a new car. We're like click and clack now.
Will's got wheels.
I got wheels. I don't have the proper sound effect for that,
Doot doot. Beep beep.
Yeah, honking. Beep beep. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna be like in debt or something. I don't know.
In debt?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to talk about debt?
Well, it's just a way of looking about. Well, maybe we should talk about debt.
I don't like debt. I don't like the word. It's a scary word.
It is?
Yeah. Makes me think of people coming to get you, like in those commercials.
Oh yeah, like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Debtors.
Oh yeah, don't get repoed.
They're gonna take my shit. They're gonna take my phone. Dear Lord. I can pay for it. I'm good for it because I can do stuff to pay for it.
Yeah, you work hard for your money.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Mojo Nixon because he died this February. R.I.P.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He is a musician who is known for being like very irreverent, and he's like punk rock, but I heard his music described as cowpunk and also as psychobilly, which is rockabilly and punk apparently. So I guess he's like around both of those things.
Psychobilly.
Yeah. And anyway, he was he did the Outlaw Country Cruise for Sirius XM because he was a host on there. Because he's old now, but he was like in the 80s, he was like a big figure. And he had a great song that I wanted to discuss. But the thing is, he died on that cruise ship while it was docked.
Which
I guess
one?
it wasn't during a performance, but
Shit.
that sucks. But maybe he died doing what he loved. I don't know. never met the man, but he did have a song called Elvis. Wait, what's it called even? Elvis is
The Elvis, like, in you, kind of?
in everybody. I think that's the name.
Elvis
But I
is
was
in
doubting
everybody?
myself. Let me see. Elvis is everywhere. That's it. And
Elvis
he's
is
talking about
everywhere.
how he's everywhere, he's everybody, and he's everything. Kind of like an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent situation where he sees Elvis in everybody. And then he talks about how we're all like moving to become more like Elvis, and that's why they call it evolution. It's really Elvis-lution. 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 It's really awesome.
I just like wordplay, you know?
Yeah. Elvis-lution, but also I like the idea of how we're all like one, and we all have God. We're all one with God and each other, and it's cool. We're all Elvis.
Exactly.
But R.I.P. to that guy.
That's the Grim Reaper knocking on your door.
Woo, watch out.
Yeah. Not for me, you know.
You want to talk about free association or do a free association?
A bit of both, because a bit of both. What'd you say? I like how
You just answered.
I feel like it's freeing. It's freeing.
To do free association?
Yeah, and like automatic writing type stuff.
What's automatic writing? Just like going for it?
It's just like you get your pen moving and keep it moving.
Just don't stop.
And don't
Quit
stop writing.
Get it.
Yeah, Stravinsky, you know, he was like this composer guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He composed The Rite of Spring, but he had this routine where he would just get his pen moving and writing his name a bunch of times.
His name?
Yeah, when he couldn't think of anything to write, or when he was in like a place of feeling stuck.
I have been there, literally.
Yeah, writer's block.
No,
Sucks.
but like writing my name in that situation. That's the thing I do when I don't know what to write.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I mean, sometimes.
Not just like over and over. Well, sometimes, yeah.
If you do it too many times, you'll look like you're from The Shining. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yeah, I was looking at the word free on like, you know, those Facebook groups where things are free and like Facebook Marketplace. I was looking at stuff that was free. And after a while, I was convinced that F-R-E-E was not a word. I was like, this is wrong. I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell free. Because I saw it too many times. It didn't even look like a word anymore.
Huh. Strange.
You can't relate?
Did you sense that? Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, because you said it was strange.
I didn't mean to, cast aspersions on you. That's...
No, I don't feel casted of aspersed.
Okay. Okay, good.
I didn't know if that was like a thing that was relatable or not, and I guess I found out. Based on one test subject.
What?
Maybe the listeners can weigh in.
You know, part of why I like you is because I don't always know where what we're saying is how it's gonna, how it's gonna be funny. In what way will it be funny? Because, like...
That's why you like what?
Because we're always trying to make each other laugh, you know?
Yeah. But you don't know how it's gonna happen. But then it happens.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. We're having fun over here.
Laugh too. We are, yeah.
But free is a word. It's just words are kind of arbitrary things. A bunch of things that sort of distract from the reality of the anti-material. The oneness of all.
Distract from reality?
Yeah.
Because in that moment, I was distracted from our conversation. I'm sorry to admit.
Oh, really? Yeah, you gram a lot, don't you? Weren't you on the Instagram?
I wasn't gramming. I wouldn't gram while podcasting unless I was looking something up.
Well, just think of yourself as like Jamie on Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah.
If you have to look
Jamie,
something.
look this up.
Yeah,
Jamie, no. You should have
up.
had Jamie look up this thing about. Don't get me started on Joe Rogan trying to identify a snake for Miss Pat.
Trying to what?
Identify a snake for Miss Pat. He was
and he was like, I know so much about snakes. I know so much about
animals. He was
animals.
like so confident. He was like, or I can at least tell you down to the group. And then he sees it, and it's a big black snake. I saw the video. It's very obviously a black rat snake. But he's like, it's a garden snake. And nobody fact-checked him. And there's literally no such thing as a garden snake. Like,
really?
As a species name.
Perhaps it's commonly known as that?
No. Not a black rat snake. He was thinking of a garter snake.
Garter
A lot
snake.
of people think that's
Maybe he
called
just
garden.
like misheard it his whole life or something, you know?
He was just so confident, and I hated it. Because of how much money he gets paid to spread such misinformation.
I don't know about, like, everything he said. He's said a bunch of shit.
He says so much shit, it can't all be true. But that's the nature of podcasting, people.
I guess so.
I don't know. Joe Rogan, I like him sometimes. I'm not really like anti-Joe Rogan, but he just made me very upset when he said that thing about the snake, because it was just so wrong. It hit me in the herpetology.
I see. I know it did.
You want to talk about country music or synergy?
Maybe... Shit, I don't know. What about profanity?
Oh, you want to talk about profanity?
We could talk about profanity and synergy in country music.
Oh, that's what I was... Oh, literally, I was thinking about discussing the country song. I don't know who did it. I could look it up if I wanted to be Jamie. But I'm going to be Joe Rogan and just say... No, I'm not going to be Joe Rogan. I'm going to admit I don't know the artist's name. But I do know that the chorus says, in country music, we don't use the F word. I've only heard it like once or twice in my life, and it was when I was a child. But I think it's pretty true. And oh, there's another part in the song where they're like, we may use some hails and dales, and we may even, and don't remember what came after that, because maybe I didn't know what it meant. But, yeah, they'll say, like, shit in country music, maybe some GDs, I guess, depending on what kind of country boy you're working with, or country gal. But, it's weird when I've heard, like, some indie, like, country sounding artists say the F word. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I think it's too much of a with a country accent. But yeah, I'm a big country music fan.
Yeah, and you kind
How
of.
do you feel?
You kind of bring that out in me, that country music fan.
Really?
Out in me, yeah. Because there's people that I've heard of that say, hey, I like everything. Everything except country.
A lot of people will say that.
Or
They're
everything
just like,
except one sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I just like all music that I like, you know?
Yeah, I like it if it's grooving.
Yeah.
If it's got a groove.
But let's...
that I can groove to.
Let's take a quick break.
Break time.
So we can get back to the real.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We took a little break. Tiny break.
But we're back.
We're back. Woo,
Yay.
boy.
Woo,
doggy.
boy.
Yep.
I was thinking about maybe talking about Florida or like swamps.
What about Florida or swamps?
Well, swamps, because one time I spent a week, like my spring break, doing field work, looking for salamanders mostly, across the northern part of Florida, like throughout the panhandle. And I went in lots of swamps, and it was just like so many swamps. And they all had their own uniquely swampy smell. They're all pretty bad. And I currently live in an area that does have swamps, but I was thinking today, they do not stink like the swamps I'm used to. Like those in Florida and other parts of North Carolina that I'm familiar with, where there's like the anaerobic bacteria that make like stanky gas, swamp gas.
So you're thinking about like the different types of variables in smells and environment?
Basically, yeah.
And swamp smells?
Because when I think of Florida now, I think of the smelly swamps. But there are beautiful places, and I love swamps. They're awesome. They're important. Habitat. I saw alligators.
Yeah, those are cool. There's a Wikipedia fun fact toy that I am interested in, the crocodile dilemma. And check that out on Wikipedia. The crocodile dilemma. It's a paradox. Yeah. And Kathryn and I, we both like contradictions and paradoxes, for their own sake.
Love them. I feel like I am a contradiction.
But life is not a problem to be solved.
I am many contradictions.
contra is like saying, or diction is like saying, contra is like the opposite.
Yeah.
But
What was this week's Wikipedia segment? Or did you have something to say about swamps or Florida?
just about
I'm not saying
crocodiles.
Florida's all stanky, but some of it.
I felt I had something to say, and then I didn't really have much to say in the end. Which is often how it is.
Twist. Well, what was the Wikipedia segment? You said maybe metaphilosophical stuff?
Just stuff about how meta philosophy is an investigation into the nature of philosophy and the history of philosophy.
Oh, I see. It's like philosophizing about philosophy.
Kind of, yeah, and about what it's about.
Yeah. Philosophy.
Yeah.
Now
Well, I
that's
guess-
starting to seem like it's not a word.
Yeah, I guess that might be bringing our podcast to a close for this evening.
Oh.
Meta-philosophy,
Philosophy. Yeah.
an investigation.
Well, we don't want the listeners to forget to look up the crocodile dilemma.
And the crocodile dilemma. I will put a link to that in the description.
Oh, good.
But thanks, y'all. This has been another great episode of Nuts and Butts. Yeah.
Yes, it has. Yay.